Welcome back. Let's get cracking with turn one. The cards in our hand are going to be important and they're going to be in short supply. We've got to use them wisely. The other thing I should mention, there's the Guild of Solo Board Gamers. This one's dedicated to the one-player guild on Board Game Geek. This is a special little promo card. We're going to use it. It does make the game a little easier. Okay, so there's two variants. Play without it for a tough challenge. Play with it if you're struggling, because it's going to help you. I'll show you how this works when we get there. Basically, we're going to put second place reward tokens on here, and we're going to be able to use them to grab guilds that were previously claimed by Boris. Boris doesn't place his masters on guilds. If Boris wins a guild, it gets flipped over and it's unavailable to you, but you can steal it back using the Guild of Solo Board Gamers. The other thing we're going to do is we're going to lie these seeded liverymen, these neutral ones, down, because they don't act like normal liverymen. Normal neutral liverymen, you can use those to kind of add to the majority. Now, first thing to note is, at the end of the round, the tile that the beetle's standing on, if it's unresolved, is going to flip over, it's going to become unavailable, and Boris is going to get the points. The only way to resolve this tile is to meet this majority, which at this point is 8. There's no way that's going to happen. We're not going to get 8 liverymen on this tile, so we're going to lose that. So we kind of got to put it out of our minds a little bit. We're not that bothered. It's okay. It's 7 points for Boris. Yeah, there's no reward for the second place. I'm going to try and focus on these side guilds and hopefully getting some more mayoral rewards. There's a couple of guilds I've got my eye on. Carpenters and Woodworkers is a nice one. Gives me some extra liverymen, 3 victory points, and it's a scythe guild. Also Paviors, because it's a scythe guild also, and it's going to give me some extra mayoral reward. This one's nice because of the points, and I'm obviously conscious that Boris is going to lay down probably, yeah, almost definitely, some of his liverymen here at the University of London, which I'm also interested in. Not just yet, this one increases your hand size. We've got to think about which ones we want that he's likely to grab first. I do have a card here that lets me move the beetle. That would potentially reduce that 7 if, or 8, I still need 8 in here, so it's going to be tricky because the beetle's going to come right back there next turn. It's possible. I think I'm going to do this. I don't think this is going to work out, but let's just show you how this works. Let's play this card. This says move the beetle to any compass guild, the red ones, and, or you don't have to do this, and I can move 1 liveryman to the plantation. So let's move the beetle over here. Happy with that. That's the red one. And 1 liveryman to the plantation. Next, I'm going to go all out a little bit here. And I'm going to play these 3 purples. For a crown card, a purple card, I can move 1 liveryman to a guild with the purple banner. Okay, so 3. Actually, no, let me just do 2. There's no rush here. Don't be in a rush to play your cards. So, the idea, I'm going to put 2 on this tile here. It's got the purple crown. The idea is that I'm hoping he'll have at least 1. I'm going to kind of see what he does. I mean, the key here was getting a guy on the plantation and using his liveryman to my advantage. I think I'm going to end my turn there actually, and end by drawing 2 more cards. And a plantation. And another, yeah, that could help. But now it's Boris's turn, and he's going to draw 3 cards. And with those 3 cards, we're just going to look at the banner colour. This one's a scythe, the yellow. So starting here, we look for the first yellow. We go from left to right, top to bottom. If we get down here, we loop back up to the top, keep looking. But we start here and we find the first yellow, and he's going to place a liveryman here. Okay, so there's 3 here. We need a 4 here for this card to resolve. It's not going to resolve till round 2. Only even numbered rounds. They have these laurels going around the outside. I'll show you in a bit. Red, sorry, the compass. That one's going to be here. And then finally green. Oh, another one here. Alright. Well, I kind of knew that was going to happen. So that tells me I need to get one more on here to get the majority. And that will resolve next round. Okay. End of every turn. Beetle does his thing. All we do is, wherever the beetle's standing, these get discarded from the game. Second place here doesn't count. We move the beetle and turn it over, and Boris gets the 3 victory points. Okay, so beetle always moves at the end of a round to the lowest numbered guild. It's going to go back here. Boris gets his 3. Alright, my turn. Notice I drew 2 cards. If on your turn you don't play any cards, then you draw 4 cards. So it's a nice way to get extra cards. There's a hand limit of 7 action cards. That will be increased if you're Master of the University of London. So, don't be in a rush to play your cards. There's no other players here in the solo game, just Boris doing his thing, and the beetle. So, take your time. Just play within your hand limit and do what you need to do. And it's those even numbered rounds that are important, because now we go up to round 2. See this laurel? This means we're going to resolve guilds that have hit their majority. So let's see what we can do. And priority, like I say, is getting the majority over there. So I definitely want to play. Oh, it's going to be this card here, isn't it? To put one more here. I've got 4 cards in hand. I don't need to do anything else, because these are all protected from the beetle. Yeah. We've got what we need. I'm only going to draw 2 cards anyway. Alright, let's end there. Do you see there's no rush to play your cards. 2, 3, 4, yeah. Right, 2 blues. Alright, that's good. That gives me a little bit more in the way of options. Alright, I've got some. Yeah, this one's always tempting, you see, those 4 victory points. So if I can. Yeah. More cards in your hands means you're more likely to find some decent combos. Let's do Boris's 3 now. So yellow. And we're going from the beetle. Green. All the way down here. And yellow. Okay, that's worked out fine. Look at the turn order track. Let this govern your game. Remember, here's game end. These dark grey ones, this is when we're resolving the plantation. We're going to do so twice. So we're going to see Virginia, we're going to see Ulster. Laurel ones, all these evens, is when we resolve our guild tiles. We resolve left to right, top to bottom. Starting at top left. Okay. Anything with a number of liverymen equal to the majority required. So here we are at the Lord Mayor's Parade. That's the only place. We have the majority. There's more green liverymen than blue. Let's go back to the guild hall. We're going to keep one here because he's going to be the master. There's 4 points for me. 1 point for Boris for second place. He had liverymen here, so he claims second place. Okay, we turn this over. This is a good one because Lord Mayor's Parade. Normally these special buildings don't have a guild colour, but I can choose. So I'm going to choose to place my master here. In fact, I'll lie him down like this. We'll choose the scythe colour. Remember, we get 2 points for every scythe guild that we have masters at the end of the game. That's 4 to us, 1 to Boris. We're neck and neck, but not for long, because the beetle tile now resolves, and that's going to give him 7 points. But that's okay, alright? We expect this. It's how the game begins. And Beadle should be heading off to number 4 up here for next turn, as we head into round 3.